that you went through the last couple. What I'm going to suggest now is that rather than having our questions now, we have one more presentation. So we might just connect with Tamara, and then we can go back to questions for all, because we're going to run over, I would imagine, by about 10 minutes, but we can answer any of the questions you have after Tamara's presentation. So Tamara,
Okay.
if you're there and you can
pop
on your video. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
You.
Do you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. First of all, I would like to present myself. My name is Tamara Spiniera. I'm the responsible for the Secretariat of the Atlantic Cities Network, which is a network composed of 20 local authorities from the north of France to the Canary Islands, created in 2000s. And here in ecoRIS3, we were doing a supporting role, trying to link the activities of the project with the European Union and the policies of the European Union with the activities of the project. For example, doing a presentation of the project in July 2019 in the Committee of the Regions. Also, I would like to clarify about the goals of this presentation, that I'm not going to say, go to this fund or put these magic words in your application form so you will be funded, or do this project in concrete, I'm sure you will get the money. No, I want just to clarify the steps before the even deciding which call to go, or even writing the operational program in the case we are here, or even before looking for partners. And it's like when I was younger, we were 18 and we had to decide on a career. We didn't enlist on the first faculty that had room. We tried to figure out what we wanted to do of our lives. That's the same point of view that it must be taken during the conception of a project. And to me, there are three elementary steps that need to be taken in any case, that are think, mix, and design. And John, please, can you put the first think slide? So for think, when working on innovation, I'm sure you have an idea, but you need to shape it. You really need to think that it will be tested in an European level. So you have to push it forward and try to identify all the details. How are you going to do it? Which are your needs? Which are your shortcomings? Which are your strengths? And how are you going to deal with risk, for example? You have to check your idea, because maybe in your region it's very original, but maybe there are 3, 4, 5 other regions in Europe doing the same. So what has been already done elsewhere? How can you improve it? How can you mix similar approaches? So check in other sectors. Maybe you're working in agriculture and you may look into digital sciences to see if there are synergies or models to be copied or to be adapted. And look at yourself. Look at yourself, because it doesn't. It's not enough just with an idea and a very wonderful idea. You want to be able to do anything by yourself in an European project. So as to better identify your partners afterwards, you need to know which are your weaknesses, and if you're really ready to share, and if you're going to be able to lead the project, even if it's your idea, or if you need someone else to lead it. Next slide, please. So that comes for help and collaboration, and for identifying the best human organizing resources that you may have for your project. First, check what is already being done or is going on. So you have multiple databases like CORDIS or KEEP for INTERREG projects, or the EITs or the key KICs, and all these multipliers that the European Union has installed so the knowledge is accessible to everybody. You must also check with the European institutions which are the main lines and the priorities. Now we are sure it is the Green Deal, but you may check your project against the Economic and Social Committee proposals on entrepreneurship and innovation, or in the territorial dimension of innovative strategies, so at the Committee of the Regions. Check what is going on at the political level, so you can justify your project being funded by the European funds. Go to, of course, virtual now, events, the European Info Days, the European Innovation Week, the hearings of the European institutions on the topics, but also locally, test your ground, do what you say, but also hear what to do. And just a simple tip, LinkedIn is mine. We have now going on a project on youth and innovation, which is called Atlantic Youth Creative Hubs, that was risen from a post in a LinkedIn European Projects group, and this worth 4 million euros. So believe me, giving LinkedIn a chance is worth a try. And of course, join a network. For example, the Atlantic Cities, we are called Atlantic Cities, but we have positions for observers, so universities, chambers of commerce, or entrepreneurs organizations, because as our former president Philippe Duron, former mayor of Cannes, said, a city is more than a council, than a city council. So work with different stakeholders and work with experienced stakeholders and build on the experience of networks. Of course, I will sell mine, but there are more. Could be a key point for fostering your initiative. Next slide, please. Design. You are not building a project, you're not building your project, you're building a partnership. An European project will last at least 2 or 3 years, and it may last more if we're speaking about ERDF. So verify every cost, verify every linkage that you may make with your partners, if they are fit to the role, if they have experience, and if they don't have, what can you provide for them to keep the path of an European project. Verify the ethics, verify the communication strategy, and both of these items should be done before even you start writing your project. Don't do it at the last time because you have to fill in the form. And once you have done all this, you can start checking EU calls against your own strengths. So when you're speaking about innovation, everybody thinks, okay, let's go to Horizon 2020. But Horizon 2020 is big, is hard, and there is a lot of competition. Maybe you want to start smaller in a different program. Like if you're doing social innovation, you can go for the Euro for Citizens program. Or if you're a small enterprise, you can go for individual grants. So try to start small, and afterwards you will be big. You cannot be lead partner without any European experience, for example. And share as much as you can because of intellectual property, but share and try to find better readers for your idea, for your application form. And among those beta readers and the support that you can get, think that there are contact points of the European Union everywhere. You have the Europe Direct service. You have the national contact points for Horizon 2020, but also for other programs like Erasmus+. And also you can use networks, as mine, of course, as a contact point to identify the best fit between your project and the European Union possibilities. For instance, we do that for our member cities, that they may come for seeking help, identifying the best opportunities for their own urban projects. Or every month we send a newsletter with 30 opportunities in the European Union aligned with our own priorities as a network. So try to get support, to speak with people, and to know your ground even before you open the Word and start filling in the form. And that's all for my side. Thank you very much. Gracias.